Following his traumatizing experience in the double dungeon, Jinwoo wakes up in a hospital. To his surprise, his body is recovered, including both of his legs that are intact. Believing that his experience in the dungeon was just a dream, he is soon greeted by Woo Jinchul and Kang Taeshik of the Korean Hunters Association. Jinchul tells him that he and his comrades only found him collapsed on the floor with no signs of the statues the other survivors depicted. He then interrogates Jinwoo if he perhaps received a second awakening, bringing him hope. Jinwoo is asked to place his hand on the manometer that Taeshik places in front of him. Excited to see the result, he asks the two-man what rank he is now if he has been reawakened. Jinchul apologizes as they may have made a mistake upon seeing that the machine indicates his score as 0. Having gained his hope for nothing, he questions why they did not question a message given by the system that Jinwoo appears to be able to see as the officials walked out. Soon, Jinwoo's sister Sung Jina enters to express her worries. Jinwoo apologizes and configures whether she can see the message that is in front of him, knowing that the message is only visible to him. He also asks her what to do when he has unread notifications like in video games. She tells her that he needs to check his info box, although initially confused why he was asking her such a question before walking out to join her friend waiting at the door. Jinwoo reads some instructions provided by the system, including a quest that asks him to complete some intense workout routines that he believes to some jokes. Currently, Jinchul and Taeshik are in their car with Jinchul on the phone, informing Do Gun-hee about that they have mistaken about Jinwoo received a reawakening. At the Hunters Guild building, Choi Jong-in assigns Cha Hae-in to participate in the next B-rank raid. Hae-in, unconfident in her leadership skills, is assured by Jong-in that she has what it takes for this mission. At another location outside at night, a few civilians are interrupted by a gate that appeared in the middle of a road and questions when the hunters will arrive to clear it. Meanwhile, Jinwoo is sleeping in his room at the hospital, unaware that the limited time of quest he believed to be a joke has ran out, causing a rumbling that he believes to be an earthquake before finding himself in a desert where he receives a message telling him to survive for the next 4 hours as he encounters an enormous centipede that pursues him. Back at Jinwoo's room, 2 nurses finds his bed empty and begin to search for him. For 4 hours in the desert, Jinwoo barely survives his chase from the centipedes and is found exhausted by the nurses at the hospital. The next day, Jinwoo sports himself in a tracksuit as he informs his sister that he will be heading out. Lee Joo-hee, who is still greatly affected by the experience in the double dungeon, receives a phone call that asks her to participate in a raid. Knowing what she has gone through, something that she naturally declines, she is also told that Jinwoo has woken up, leading her to head to the hospital where she finds him doing jogging outside as 2 nurses questions. Jinwoo sits down as he completes more of his quests and begins to understand the functions and rewards he receives. Back inside his room, Jinwoo this time receives a special reward that grants him a key that leads him to the Hapjeong subway station for a dungeon. A news reporter announces that the Hunter's GUID will be in charge of the dungeon that appeared in the middle of the road. Jinwoo is then seen visiting his unconscious mother as he gets flashback of when he learned she became a victim of the eternal sleep disease. Jinwoo continues his workout routines as he thinks of back in the day when he began to work and when he was qualified to become a hunter so that he could earn money to support her mother. Sometimes after, Jinwoo deems that he is finally ready to use that key he got earlier. Hesitating to enter, he inserts the key in a door that activates the entrance of the dungeon in the subway. However, as he enters, he discovers that he can no longer escape and that he is trapped in another dimension from the real world. As he explores the dungeon that is an abandoned hallway, he soon confronts a couple of goblins. Jinwoo was capable of dodging their attacks and eventually kill them solely. As he rests a bit, a steel-fanged Raikin emerges from behind to attack. Barely dodging the wolf, he thinks of what to do for now.